welcome to our beautiful studio, everybody. So I am one half of DA Yates Photography Design. We're actually a third now because we have Claire as well, who's up the back with the little iPhone camera, and I'm sure I've taught her better than that. But anyway, that's okay. So why I have been photographing now full-time for 10 years. And the reason that I started photographing is because of this. Number one is travel. And number two, I tend to see things very, very differently to anybody else. I don't know why, but I do. So we lived in Brisbane, and I decided that I needed a kick-ass studio space, and this is what I got for the money that I could afford, which was not much at all. So I'm a sucker for a renovation, and I see that as a part of my artistic process. So this is what I turned it into. It was very hard to leave, but we made the decision to move back to Grenfell. I grew up in Grenfell and I hadn't been home for 15 years or so. Most people thought I was absolutely insane, thinking that I could pull it off, but I knew I could. So this is the front. This is the front of the studio that you see now. Again, I'm a sucker for a renovation. I love a good brick wall, so 3 months of blood, sweat and tears. I actually walked into this building with my father, who was the local real estate agent, and I said, I love it. He said, you know, your grandmother used to work here, and I said, I know, I can smell her. So sold. So I photograph quite a wide variety of genres. The thing that I started out in, because I had to eat in Brisbane, was weddings. A friend of mine conned me into taking her wedding photographs, and I was petrified because I was back in the day of film and everything like that, but I thought, oh, I don't want to be a wedding photographer, but I actually fell in love with it, to be honest. And I see there's a lot of trends in wedding photography and that sort of thing, but I see light and I see beauty. No matter who she is, I just think it's the most romantic, spiritual day of your life, and it's such a pleasure to be a part of it. I only photograph a very limited amount of weddings each year because I want to love them. So this is in a sunflower field, that last shot. I also photograph portraits, and when I do portraits, you know, I could line people up in a little pyramid and we could do the shot like that, but I love to capture the essence of someone. So I do obviously pregnancy shots, that sort of thing. This is Father Alan. He lives in Yarra. And he said, I would like a portrait, Denise. I would like you to do my portrait. And I said, I know this great church. So I'm sort of thinking of what is important to my clients and what would bring out the best in them. So this gentleman here loved his hyacinth macaw. I swear to God they cost more than a child. You know, that was his baby, so I wanted to photograph him with his baby. And then it flew all over the studio and shit all over the backdrop. But anyway, such is life. I also photograph editorial for magazines. When I moved back, I'm sure you've all heard of Style magazine, which is no longer, but Jackie embraced me with think outside the box a little bit with it. And I absolutely adore photographing in the light here. We're very, very blessed. Brisbane has about 2 minutes of dusk, and we have about 40. So we're very lucky. We've been in the studio now for 3 years. That is an aerial shot, and that is sheep coming in for a feed. The future, who knows what it holds for us. I've been lucky enough, well, I think I've been pushed into holding camera craft courses. So the last month and a half I've held 3 classes, and they've each been sold out, much to my surprise. And I've been teaching people, some students are here, still waiting on your photos here, thank you. So I've been teaching people to go back to manual and to explore what it is to take a beautiful photo. So that is me in a nutshell, and that went really quick.